super fights. Let's get ready in about a couple of minutes here, maybe, a minute or so. And go to the Facebook page and share the link so that everybody can see it at home. So just go on there right now and pass it on. We're going to have our first fight here in a couple of minutes. So everybody hold on, and I'll be back.
Da starter showet snart her på Oslo Submission Series 2. Jeg Josef Karim.
Og jeg Sigmund Holderud.
Vi skal kommentere litt her for dere I dag. Det blir mye spennende kamper. Først en 75 kilos turnering, og så får vi to knallbra superfights også imellom matchene her.
Så hvis jeg forstod det riktig, så blir turneringen slik at vi har de innledende kampene først, og så en supercard, og så det finalen, og så den siste superfighten.
Det stemmer. Vi kjører alle kampene frem til finalen, en superfight, finalen, og så superfight til slutt, ja. Det stemmer. Så vi begynner med første matchen I minus 75 kilos turneringen nå hvert øyeblikk. Utøverne varmer opp og gjør seg klare. Det et stappa Chateu Neuf vi på her I dag. Veldig mye mennesker, mer enn man nesten kunne forvente av et grapplingstevne, så det vi veldig fornøyd med. Det kommer til å bli mye liv her I kveld.
Må vel si at det mer enn fullt her nå, så det utrolig kult at det så mange som har møtt opp.
Ja, køen var helt ut på parkeringsplassen, så de fikk nok å gjøre innslipp der I dag.
Josef, vet du hvem som førstemann ut?
Jeg litt usikker på, vi må sjekke bracketsen.
For our first fight are Hussein and Eric. Alright guys, don't forget you guys are making some noise and share this event on the Facebook page. And Hussein.
Ser vi førstemann ut.
Da vi I gang. Vi har to dyktige utøvere her nå. Vi har Hussein fra Frontline Oslo. Kan du fortelle litt om han, Sigmund?
Ja, Hussein jo en veldig merittert utøver som konkurrert aktivt nå I flere år. Vel egentlig på alle turneringer vi kan se. Har vel litt utgangspunkt I judo før han gikk over til det brasilianske jiu-jitsu, så vi får se om han får brukt noe av det nå. Erik vel fra Sverige. Har du noe mer å si om han?
Stemmer, han fra Sverige. Han trener under Martin Jansson, svartbelte, veldig dyktig svartbelte I Sverige. Har blant annet vunnet junior-SM, kom på andreplass med det, og vunnet Stockholm Open.
Så det to meritterte utøvere her da, som kjenner litt på hverandre, virker som foreløpig.
Absolutt, det verdt å legge merke til at det 20 minutters kamper, så det lange kamper, så det spennende hvordan folk legger opp strategien her. Det ser ut som begge velger å gå litt stående bryte. Hussein hopper til et triangel, men bommer og får lukka guard her.
Ja, det jo en avveining det her om man skal gå for en rask submission, men da kanskje brenne ut kreftene sine, eller å heller velge en litt tregere strategi, og kanskje slite ut motstanderen.
Det stemmer det. Hussein hadde en tight overhook, altså grep rundt armen til Erik her. Så begynte å se etter en triangel, men mistet grepet her nå. Det tilbake I en litt mer nøytral posisjon I lukkagarden her midt på matta.
Da gikk vi over til en open guard. Så ikke som Hussein kjempet veldig for å beholde lukkagarden sin, så kanskje han heller vil prøve på noe annet.
Åpner opp litt her, og prøver å få litt mer action, ser det ut som.
Erik ser etter baseringen, ser vi, men foreløpig så det vel Jeg kjenner på enda.
Veldig smidig Hussein, scrambler veldig bra, beveger seg veldig bra. Her går han på en inverted armbar her på Erik. Erik forsvarer fint og ute her.
Holdt seg i senter og følte opp bra der, så... Vi ser de begynner å jakte submissions allerede, Hussein, så vi får se om han får utdeling for det.
Shin guard, som det ofte kalles her, prøver å komme inn på en beinlås, men Erik forsvarte fint her.
Så i den posisjonen her så ser du at Hussein har veldig lyst til å komme under Erik, mens Erik da vil ikke la Hussein få det til det.
Vi trener jo begge litt med Hussein, Sigmund, og vi vet at han er veldig farlig på akkurat triangel fra denne posisjonen, med overhooken og kne foran her. Han kommer til å prøve å trekke ut sitt venstre kne og begynne å sette opp en kveling.
Venstrehånda hans er på håndleddet hans allerede, så vi får se. Der, ja.
Der kommer triangelet. Veldig bra forsvar av Erik.
Jobber også litt for omvendt kimura-grep. Er det vi ser her, eller er det... Begynner med å bevege seg ut av matta, men ja, der strekker han.
Beinet sitter fast, så det kan være vanskelig å fullføre. Erik forsvarer fint med sin høyre hånd, prøver å blokke det høyre beinet til Hussein, så han ikke får det ut. Hvis han får det ut, så kan det bli en veldig farlig posisjon.
Så det er jo her kampen ligger nå, om Hussein får det beinet, eller om Erik kan bruke det her til sin fordel. Foreløpig ser han ut som han bare er på forsvarssiden. Ja, bra.
Dommeren flytter action inn i midten her, så vi ikke kommer ut av mattekanten.
Jeg har vært heldig å fått med oss en veldig god dommer her i dag, med Thomas Johansen, svartbelte fra Frontline Academy. Og også dømt mange forskjellige turneringsformater før.
Absolutt veldig erfaren, både dommer og utøver. Veldig fint takedown fra Erik her. Fikk et fint løft. Hussein jobber tilbake, prøver å få garden sin tilbake, altså få beina mellom seg og motstanderen. Ja, ser som Erik kan jobbe på en lås. Og Hussein er tilbake igjen. Erik trener jo på Stenungsund kampsportakademi, og da sammen med både Martin Jansson og Jens Nylander, og begge de er veldig farlige fra bunn, så han er vant til en farlig gard. Dynamiske angrep fra bunn der. Det ser vi veldig i den matchen her. Fint flippforsøk av Hussein.
Se her nå at nok en gang prøver Hussein på triangelen sin.
Hører vi også Hussein blir coachet av Eduardo Teta Hios, hovedtreneren på Frontline. Veldig intens coaching, og man hører han alltid på konkurranser.
Ser jo nå at de har bra forsøk der.
Veldig bra forsøk av Hussein. Vi ser at publikum her tydelig skjønner hva som skjer også.
Mistenker at det er en del her fra publikum som også trener.
Absolutt, absolutt.
Ser litt etter giljotinen der, men
Hussein forsvarer fint. Tilbake i butterfly garden sin. Hussein her prøver å løfte han igjen. Ser etter den samme overhooken her, prøver å fange armen til Erik med armen sin her.
Og da har det gått over 7 minutter. Det er jo det som er normal tid for i hvert fall Hussein, som er lilla belte. I vanlige turneringsformater, så får vi se om det har noe å spille inn på.
Det er også... Her ser vi han gå på en giljotin, Erik.
Ja, den ser ut som sitter litt, men...
Han er farlig, denne giljotinen her. Hussein forsvarer fint, og er ute her. Skal vi se om han går på en beinlås direkte.
Har X-guarden inne.
I en X-guard-posisjon. Og han kommer opp på topp. Fin svip av Hussein. Han passerer direkte etter svipen her til sidekontroll. Han er veldig farlig her, og følger ryggen nydelig. Erik puster tungt her, ser vi på bunn. Mulig han begynner å bli sliten allerede. Nydelig backtake av Hussein. Han har fanget armen og går rett på rear naked choken. Og for submission er nydelig submission av Hussein.
Veldig bra.
Fin rear naked choke.
Så veldig rutinert av Hussein der. Med en gang han så ryggen, så gikk han for det.
Veldig fin submission av Hussein her. Vi ser disse bevegelsene sitter, og han har drillet i hundrevis av ganger. Det ser elegant ut når han passerer og tar ryggen her.
Du så det egentlig under hele kampen at han hadde sine ting som han prøvde å sette opp hele tiden. Og når han først fikk en åpning der, så kapitaliserte han fint på det.
Da får vi et intervju her da med Martin Moen og vinneren Hussein.
Hussein, gratulerer så mye med seieren i Oslo Submission Series. Hvordan føles det?
Bra. Føles bra ut.
Har du noen der hjemme du hilser til?
Dama mi. That's it.
Greit. Lykke til videre, Hussein.
På hjørnet. Ser vi i blått hjørne Alexander Alexander Zielinski er vel for de som har sett highlighten kjent for å kjøre noen flyvende submissions, så vi får se om vi kan se noe av det i dag.
Han er veldig dyktig, veldig atletisk, tidligere landslagsutøver i judo på estiske landslaget. Mye eksplosivitet og fine submissions spesielt. Da. Han har veldig bra beinlåser og flyvende armlåser. Venter vi på Kenneth Evensen her. Han trener for det meste på frontline i Drammen under Nick Nikolaisen, som også er en svartbelt under Teta. Veldig sterk gym, det er mye utøvere. Nå er det for det meste MMA han fokuserer på, men også veldig gøy med grappler.
kjent for å ha en eksplosiv stil, så det blir en morsom kamp å se det her.
Vi kommer mest sannsynlig til å se Kenneth her prøve å ta ned Alex, vil jeg tro. Skal vi se om han får det til. På tross av Alex sin judobakgrunn her. Og de er i gang.
Hører vi Nick coache Kenneth fra starten av.
Absolutt veldig rolig coach. Nick bør alltid roe ned fighterne sine. Det kan være en veldig stor fordel for Kenneth som fighter veldig aggressivt ofte.
Ser Alexander tar senter av ringen, mens Kenneth prøver heller å jobbe litt rundt og kanskje se etter inngangen derfra.
Vi ser Kenneth napper veldig i hodet i stedet for å holde armen på hodet. Og det er helt sikkert fordi han vet at Alex har bra flyvende armlåser her.
Ja, det er vel det farligste du kan gjøre hvis du skal møte Alexander, det er å ta hånda på hodet.
Inn på singellegg og nydelig balanse. Fin takedown fra Kenneth her. Alex kommer inn på en prøve å se etter en kneebar der. Etter en fin kneebar. Kenneth forsvarer bra. Alex ser ut som han har kneebaren her. Fin kneebar Alexander Zielinski. Nydelig, rask, farlig submission.
And your winner is Alexander.
Alexander her vil jo ha en stor fordel i neste kamp, når han da ikke slapp å bli så sliten.
Absolutt, han fikk en rask submission. Og det er, man ser selvfølgelig han bruker mye krefter for å jobbe inn låsen aggressivt der, men han sparte også 20 minutter pluss med arbeid der.
Tar en risiko, men får også belønningen for det.
Absolutt. Vi ser det er stappfullt her på Chateu Neuf. Folk står oppå sofaer og alt som er for å prøve å se litt action her. Vi får også takke våre venner på Fatstone TV som streamer dette eventet live, som gjør det mulig for familie og venner å se det hjemmefra. Spesielt da også disse som kommer helt fra Sverige og har familie og venner der som kanskje ikke har mulighet til å ta turen over for å se.
All right, fight number 3 is between Joel and Joaquin. They're going to make their way down to the mat area.
Yeah. So I think
We now have a guest commentator here, Miha.
Yeah, hi, Miha Perhavec, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt from Slovenia originally. I lived in Norway for a while, so I'm a little bit familiar with this scene. And we're gonna do this in English.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Now we're about to start our third fight here. We got Joel from Sweden and Joakim from Oslo here.
Let's see how it turns out.
Both guys fighting for grips in the beginning here. Let's see if one of them can work a takedown.
It'll be interesting to see who has the advantage on the feet, or if one of them decides to pull guard here. That's one way to do it, to pull guard. No grips.
Yeah, it would probably be better off getting a good grip here.
Oh, nice.
Nice arm drag to an inside trip here.
Like Safada, popularized by Terere.
Yeah,
Works really well in Nogi as well.
absolutely. See a lot of people use that kind of takedown. Very explosive and hard to stop if you catch the leg there. Right back up is Joachim.
A nice bitch slap from Stockton.
Another
So got
nice
another
takedown here.
Double underhooks. A nice little counter going on, but it seems that it will at least result in half guard here.
Nice pass from Yul here, right into side control. He has a good crossface already.
I think he could improve it possibly by getting that hand into the middle of his back, pushing his shoulder under his chin, get some better, nice crossface there. But he seems to be maintaining position well. Maybe he's setting up a north-south choke here.
So since it's submission only, it's not that important to if you give up a guard pass, you're not going to be penalized by any points. You can still make it back and get into the fight.
Exactly, it's an advantage basically. If you have good escapes in general, it can turn out better for you than for instance an IBJJF competition.
Absolutely. Nice top control here from Joel. Works to north-south. He was looking for a north-south choke here with his left arm.
Might be going for a Prab or Anaconda here. He has his grips. Oh, he goes a Peruvian necktie. Oh my God.
He might get this. This looks really
Oh
tough.
yeah, it looks pretty deep.
Get it.
Oh,
There you go. Push it up. Push it up. It's almost there. Let's go. Push that leg up.
Might escape if he couldn't.
oh, and he lost it, but straight to a guillotine.
Set out again.
That was nice. You have to respect anyone who goes for an exotic submission like that, even if he gives up position. Oh, and a heel hook. Yeah.
He throws himself on the heel hook here.
Not too much commitment behind it. No control of the hips yet. Let's see if he can get a nice rip in. This shouldn't work. Oh, but it does. But it does. If I'm completely honest, I think there was some room to escape there, but it worked.
Very nice setup by Joachim here. Went for the heel hook. I looked a little bit lost in the escape, but also a nice setup.
Oh yeah, they're all in London.
Now we have an interview.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna go to an interview here with Sigmund and the winner Joachim.
Jeg blir gira av det.
Har du gjort noen spesielle forberedelser til denne turneringen?
Jeg prøvde å være på matta så mye som mulig, egentlig. Prøve lange ruller. Ruller mye med det som jeg har på gummiet mitt. Og ja, prøvde så mye grappling som mulig, egentlig. Og få det inn i fingrene.
Gratulerer så mye, og lykke til videre.
Tusen takk.
Okay. So now we're gonna see our fourth fight, and we're gonna finalize our semi-finalists.
It's gonna be interesting to see who the fourth competitor is to advance here. The bracket is really stacked. It's a very even matchup all across the board. There are no clear favorites, so it's very exciting for me.
I think all of these guys are great prospects, and it will be fun to see them in a couple of years at an even higher level.
Absolutely. We also have to thank Rios Gear that have sponsored the athletes with some rash guards.
That being what King versus Hakim.
nice comeback by the referee, and we're on our way.
We have two competitors, one from frontline Oslo and one from frontline Drammen. Let's see what they choose to do in the beginning here. Hakim looking for a takedown right away.
Nice and aggressive, gets it.
Joachim pulls half guard. He usually does that in competition. He has a good half guard and some sneaky footlocks from there as well. Very nice.
Hakim maintains the whizzer.
Hakim definitely has really great scrambles. It's very hard to get a technique off on him. He keeps going.
He gets reverse here.
Beautiful sweeper, basic half guard sweep.
There's also some difference in body types. Hakim seems to be more lanky, and his opponent kind of stocky. We'll see if that plays into this match.
Absolutely.
But conventional BJJ wisdom would leave us to believe that Hakim would have good triangles and good attacks from the guard because of his frame. We're gonna restart in the center. It's a battle of knee slice against reverse de la Hiva. We'll see which one prevails. Hakim also has a nice, he's bracing his opponent with his left knee, and now he loses it, so it might be easier for his opponent to get the pass.
He's in an over-under here type of position, Joachim. Switches his left hand through. Let's see if he tries to backstep with his right. But Hakim's right knee is kind of in a dangerous position for him to do that right now.
And we're here in the de la Hiva. We'll see how effective this is. Usually in Nogi it loses some of the effectiveness, especially when you put leg locks or foot locks into the equation.
That's true, and we'll see Joachim doing exactly that, going for a figure four submission there, which is one he's actually pretty good at, but right there the setup wasn't quite right.
Ooh, and a nice Chateu-like submission from Hakim, but Joachim pulls out.
A very sneaky attempt at the ankle up there.
It can be surprisingly effective when you do it properly. Chateu does it a lot on guys that are way bigger than him, and he gets it a lot.
Good knee position here by Hakim. And also they're fighting for that grip. Hakim's right hand and Joachim's left. A good frame also with the left hand from Hakim. Joachim is trying to smash his way in and put some real pressure on Hakim here and maybe wear him out until the end of the match here.
It seems that Joachim has a little bit of an advantage here because he's the one pressing the action. Hakim is kind of being forced a little bit to defend here, but this is jiu-jitsu. If he has a nice attack like this attempt here, everything can change very fast.
We see Joachim trying to go straight to the half guard, but Hakim gets a nice slide position right away.
Exactly. This is the perfect grip to pass. I think he should succeed here.
This is a specialty of his coach Teta here, with a crossface and underhook and knee sliding through. So,
fun fact: we did this today in class. It's very effective and painful at the same time.
Backsteps here into reverse half guard. Let's see if he looks for maybe a knee bar or some setup here.
Oh, here's
very sneaky attack here from Joachim. Going for sort of a Barato Plata kind of submission, a shoulder lock. Very sneaky.
Nice awareness there by Hakim. There was an opportunity for Joachim to attack the leg, but he responded to it perfectly. And this.
Back to the half guard here. So let's see. He'll probably try to work that same sweep since he had such good success with it earlier. See if Hakim did made some adjustments and maybe has up his sleeve this time.
This is a 20-minute match as well, and we'll see how the long time that they have to to work their games affects them, because mostly purple belts and blue belts are used to 6 to 7 minute matches, and we're gonna possibly see them go into deep waters here.
We saw Hakim looking for a dart stroke, but it can be pretty hard if you don't have the right angle and long arms from the half guard on top.
Especially since his opponent seems to be setting up a deep half guard of his own.
Looking for a Kimura grip, Hakim here. He can use it to pass, use it for back takes, or try to even finish the conventional shoulder locks.
Yeah, now he's got it way better, because he kind of freed the leg here. He's committing to it. Let's see how it turns out for him. Nice.
Beautiful back take by Hakim here. Straight into a submission. Tries to go for the rear naked right away.
He has to. Yeah, he's getting the back now again. If he gets the second hook, this might be done here. He also has the possibility to crank the neck here, and we're out.
Nice escape from Joachim. Good awareness, defended both the hooks from the back there, and managed to roll back to his beloved half guard there. This time Joachim hiding that left arm under his leg, so he won't be put in that same Kimura position here.
Hakim has a good control of his opponent's hand and arm, which might enable him to get a crossface here and proceed with the pass.
Nice knee slide.
This is a tricky position. If Hakim can transition to an underhook, he might have a bad... Oh, and he passes.
Very slick pass here from Hakim. We see he clearly likes to come through with that right knee and slice through. So it's kind of a clash of style there. So Joachim likes that half guard on the same side. Very nice pass, and he's going for a sneaky submission here.
I was about to say that this attack, like the inverted triangle from bottom side control, never works, but his opponent is proving me wrong. He's at least getting it. It at least helped him escape the side control, but he's in neon belly now, which is no better, perhaps even worse.
Nice defense and they maintain position there. Nice movement from the top here from Hakim, but also good defensive awareness from Joachim here. And we hear an applause for the referee here, Thomas Johansen.
He is extremely handsome and experienced in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so the competitors are in good hands. And a nice armbar attempt here. And reversed again.
He lost the position. He went for a quick armbar there without real tight control. Made a risk.
And he's on a footlock now.
Yeah, that same footlock that we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Very sneaky one indeed.
Even if some of these submission attempts aren't totally secured, you have to respect the competitors for going for the submission. They're not trying to be safe here, save face, or just hang in there. They're actually trying to submit their opponents, and that's something we don't see very much in non-professional jiu-jitsu in normal tournaments.
Joachim went for a heel hook here. Chico defended nicely. Hakim is usually called Chico by his teammates. Nickname given to him by his coach Teta. You know, the Brazilians always like to give each other nicknames.
He seems to be, yeah. He seems to be out of this leg lock attempt. At least if he pushes away, he should be out.
Joachim might try to look for a calf slicer with that leg, but now his foot is far. That's exactly what he's doing right now.
He's trying to get it, but and it's not quite in yet, and Chico is attempting a leg lock of his own. My suggestion here would be to completely disengage. He needs to push the leg on the outside of his hip down and away. Push his knee out as well. He should be safe here.
He rolls out. Very, very aggressive heel look attack from Joachim here. Exactly what we like to see from the competitors going for. And especially the heel hook is something that's often banned from competition, so it's nice to see that the competitors
are allowed to do it, because it is truly one of the most beautiful submissions there are. Maybe I'm a bit biased, but I truly believe so. And people associate heel hooks and leg locks with just brute strength, but it's far from that. There's a lot of technique involved. And we've seen two leg locks effective today here already, and we might see some more.
I definitely think we will. We see that leg locks are being more popular now as the submission only format is catching wind.
Yeah, we're gonna see a real treat, if I may plug another event a little bit at Polaris, when Gary Tonen is gonna face Husimar Palhares. It's gonna be some high-level leg locking, but it is. Chico loses. Chico lost the knee brace to signify that he's not afraid of any leg locks as well.
He tossed his knee pad there towards the crowd, and they responded.
We have
for a takedown after that.
We have 9 minutes to go here, and we're gonna see if fatigue plays a factor here. And it's also important for the competitors to get a quick submission if they can, because they have to fight 3 times to win this tournament. And if you're having 2 prolonged battles and your opponent in the final has gone through quite quickly, then that might be the deciding factor in the final. So that's. But of course, we see both competitors here trying their best to get the submission.
For sure, this is definitely the longest match so far. It's going to be a disadvantage for them, of course, when they go into the next rounds. For example, we saw Alexander Zielinski have a real short match, so that's going to give him a clear advantage in the next fight.
We're seeing here a very loose full guard with a possible straight arm lock attempt. But at this point, both competitors are very sweaty and slippery, so it's quite easy to slide the elbow out.
Nice reverse armbar attack from Joachim here. This looks tight on the elbow.
He goes for a triangle. This might be dangerous here.
Joachim defends by sitting on his butt.
He needs to cross the legs over his opponent as soon as he can.
Absolutely, that's a real good advice and a nice escape for Hakim if he can put his legs over his opponent there. See if he can stretch his body back as well.
There is still some space between his one side of his neck and Joachim's arms here, and he is gonna transition to an arm and an escape. Yeah, beautiful. We see nowadays a few blue belt competitors like Hakim here. They are so experienced. They know these positions inside and out, so they are very familiar with the escapes as well.
Yeah, no panic from Hakim, even though he was in a very tough spot there. A lot of people would have quit a long time ago in that position.
Nice, he goes for a leg lock attempt that leads him into reverse half guard. If he gets some good shoulder pressure here, it might be easier for him to escape his leg out. Nice. There might be an armbar here, but just north-south for now.
Hakim looking over at his coach there, maybe for some advice. Joachim not stressing here, keeping his arms in good position, not using a lot of energy here.
And the thing here is a knee on belly, it targets your diaphragm as well. So there's some energy being sapped from him just from being in this position.
Definitely, he's gonna stop your breathing a little bit. That's gonna affect you later. Good reversal from Joachim here. He gets on top. Already looking for a north-south choke here.
Hakim is doing a good job. He's shrugging his shoulders a little bit to make his neck smaller and to prevent his opponent from getting a full choke in here. If he can shrimp out,
Transitions to the back. He's looking for that right hook or
to get a crucifix here. Oh, this might be dangerous, and full back control.
Hakim defends correctly. Tries to work the opposite side.
Ooh,
of
and the
that
body
combo.
triangle. That changes the situation to worse for Hakim here.
Absolutely, it's very difficult. There is no quick exploding out of a tight body triangle.
A lot of energy expended here.
And also, that's also a move that's going to constrict your breathing, like we talked about with the knee on belly. And the longer you stay here, the more zapped you get of energy. You see, we got about 4 minutes left on the clock before we go to an overtime situation.
Yes, Hakim seems to be doing everything correctly to escape. Nice. He gets bottom half guard, but he's flat on his back. He's gonna look to turn to his right side to have a better chance at escaping and attacking from here. His opponent seems to be taking a few breaths here to recover a little bit.
Nice high-paced match. Both competitors have been looking for submissions, good positions, and tried some sneaky moves as well. So very impressed by the conditioning.
Sometimes in this format we see the competitors. It's submission only, but there's an overtime. So when it gets closer to the overtime, they might conserve their energy a little bit to have more energy in the overtime. We're gonna see if that's the situation here, but I'm pretty sure that they're both gonna attack some submissions before the end as well.
And for you at home, when it goes to overtime, it will be 3 periods of overtime where you can choose position you want to start in, either back mount or a spider web, which is an armbar position.
We see most competitors normally they choose the back control because it seems that the spider web position is a bit easier to escape, or at least favored.
Definitely. So the armbar position, spider web, is kind of more of a risk, I believe. You can get the submission a little bit quicker, probably, but you can also react and escape on you much faster. So at the end of each all the overtime periods, the one that escaped the fastest will win the match. So that's why that will also be taken into consideration.
We saw quite an easy pass here from Joachim on top, and Hakim will have to get an extra step in there to escape this.
It might be Hakim looking at the clock, seeing that it's only 2 minutes left and conserving energy, or it might be fatigue here that makes his guard easier to pass. We'll have to see later in the match.
It will surely be interesting to see how it plays out in their following matches. Whoever wins, how they can perform. They do have some time in between matches to rest, but it depends on how fast the submissions are in the other matches. And here we see a knee rip and a heel hook attempt, but we get restarted in the middle.
Nice transitions between leg locks here from Joachim, going for an ankle lock first and going for a heel hook after Hakim defends. Referee Thomas Johansson here decides to start them in the same position.
In my opinion, an outside heel hook where there is a knee rip, it's kind of easier to escape by just turning and pulling your leg out. And now we see a nice reversal here, and Hakim is back in top position. We have only a minute and a half here remaining.
Might see this one go to an overtime if we don't see a quick submission here.
Now Joachim on bottom, he has a deep half guard position. Now it got a bit looser because Hakim did the right thing to defend. There might be a swip, but it wouldn't mean too much here.
Joachim gets on top and Hakim throws up a nice triangle. Joachim falls for a leg lock here.
He's going for a knee bar here.
Both guys wanting to finish before that.
But he fell on the wrong side to finish the knee bar. He would ideally want to have his hips on top of Joachim's hips and go to the other side. We have 30 seconds here and it's becoming increasingly more unlikely for a submission, but there's a Kimura!
Tight Kimura and Joachim is strong.
Yeah,
nice escape. But also a nice follow-up with the back take from Joachim.
We're seeing an incredibly back and forth match here. Both competitors having their periods of dominating and defending.
This is exactly what the crowd wants to see. A lot of action. Definitely got their money's worth with this match.
Yeah. And with that,
time's up.
Där är Kim mot.
a lot of appreciation showed here by the crowd. Grappling. Thank you.
Just so you guys know, both fighters will start in either back mount or an arm bar until we declare a winner. So both fighters will start in either a back mount or an arm bar until we declare a winner.
Rock, paper, scissors to find who starts first.
Joachim will start to attack and he chooses to start from the back mount here.
And we begin. A lot depends here on how good the seat belt is, and it seems to be a bit loose right now, and it might be a fast escape. Yes, very nice.
Beautiful. So if he gets the submission in the next round now, he will
advance. Yes.
If Joachim escapes, we will go for another round of this positional starts here.
The goal here would be to get as close with your chest to your opponent. Oh, and we already see one leg out here. Let's see if Hakim can recover.
Hakim pulls him over to the correct side.
I think he might be
aggressively for
a neck crank.
Choke here.
It's more of a neck crank, and it turned to an escape. It would be interesting to see. They were both very fast escapes.
Very fast indeed. We'll go to another overround period. Overtime.
Another strategy that they could choose here would be to try to establish a body triangle, and then you at least don't have to worry about the time of your escapes as much here.
Definitely, even though it's hard to get a submission from the body triangle, it's for sure very hard to escape. So if you're trying to play the clock and win after the 3 overtimes, then that might be a good option, but it's always a risk-reward kind of thing.
It seems to be very deep here, and he has to tap.
He has to tap. So right now Hakim has to get the tap.
And he has to get it quickly.
He does. If Joachim escapes, he will win here.
Oh, and he chooses the spider web position here.
He does. He chooses the armbar position. He didn't have any luck with starting in the back mount. So this is his...
We'll see how fast he can get it here. If he goes towards the wrist, he might have... Oh, this looks good here.
He might get it.
Yes, and it was faster. Wow. What a good strategic choice.
We definitely will see Hakim choosing that position again if he gets it the next time.
He had very good leverage because he went closer to the wrist. He could pull the arm away fast.
Joachim had success from the back. So he will start with the back mount one more time and look for the rear naked again. Both competitors already had to tap once and see how that affects them. Hakim managed to stand up here.
Managed to escape out of the seat belt, but still a dangerous position here. He might try to shrug his opponent off here. If he can lift himself up with his legs, he could try to let his opponent slide off. It would be quite easy because they're both very, very sweaty.
Good choice, but here he's getting flattened out.
Yeah,
this is go towards the mat. He's gonna be in real trouble like he was the last time that happened.
We can see better here the position. His opponent does not have a choke secured here, and we might see a minute run out.
We might see an escape from Hakim here, and Joachim recover the position.
But now the arm seems to be close to the chin or under it, and
Hakim stands up.
Yeah, this is a good choice. He should lift his butt up as high as he can and try to slide out.
If he gets his head up here, he's going to throw Joachim off, but Joachim stays on top of him. He's still very high. Should really get his hips further back, not to lose the position here. But he's getting a lot of time on top of Hakim here. So if Hakim will start in the
spiderweb position, yeah, he might have a good chance at getting a fast submission again.
Absolutely.
And they're kind of close. They might get restarted here. And they restarted.
Escapes the hook here,
and he escapes altogether. Oh, but a triangle! And a nice walk-off escape. We have to. Can we give him any extra points for that? Just walking off? I would give him some points.
If this was a point tournament, I'm sure get the point.
Maybe deduct a few seconds of his next overtime.
A little bit risky move here, but Hakim has to go for it.
I think they might be discussing what kind of a position he can start in, because he started in a very good position before.
He did. He started with a grip that's very good at prying open the.
Yeah, he's starting differently now. He's starting in a more neutral position.
But let's see if he will work right back to that position he had. He needs to get the submission here.
Yes, he's going to the side. He's gonna get it again. Nice job.
And Hakim wins the match in the last overtime period. What a match we had here.
Great performance by both of them. I would commend Hakim here for choosing the spiderweb position. It was a very good strategic move.
Absolutely, and he recognized it early after the first attempt at the back mount, and he stuck with it. A little bit risky. Had he chosen the back mount and Joachim escaped, he would have lost the match. Now we'll go over to an interview with Hakim, the winner here.
Vil bare ta før vi skal få en pause. Det noe du vil takke før kampen? Hva du har gjort i forberedelser? Har du noe å si?
Jeg takker mina träningsplaner på frontline. Mina tränare Peter, Trond og Morten.
Jeg så du skifta taktikk fra å ha ryggen til å gå for armbarn på slutten. Var det noen spesiell grunn til det?
Ja, bra submission rate fra Amlos.
Gratulerer så mye. Lykke til videre.
And we're back.
All right, moving on to the semifinals.
We're now going to run some semifinals
We
here.
have Hussein against Alexander.
This is going to be interesting. We're going to see if Alexander can catch a leg lock, or if Hussein can showcase his arguably more technical grappling game.
Absolutely, I will give the explosiveness, the strength to Alex, definitely. Very quick, very strong. Hussein is more of a slick, very movement-based grappler. He chooses to sit guard here, and understandably, because Alexander has that judo background from a national team in Estonia, and it's very hard to take down strong hips.
Yeah. I was just talking to Hussein yesterday about leg lock defense, and I feel that the best strategy for someone like him who hasn't engaged in a lot of heel hooks is to simply hide his legs altogether.
Nice rolling back take from Alexander here. He goes for a calf slicer.
Oh, calf slicer
Very
right away.
dangerous attack.
But it seems a bit loose still here.
Dangerous is what we see. Hussein.
Let's see if Hussein can recognize this position and how to escape it. He seems to be doing okay so far, but this is very dangerous.
You see some pain on the face of Hussein here.
Yeah, and he taps here.
Nice.
It was a smart move because this is extremely dangerous for the knee. It basically explodes the knee altogether. I hope that Hussein is okay here.
We're going to take a 10-minute break. Go ahead and go to the bathroom. Get some more beer. Come back. Alexander, that's submission.
Very slick. And a quick submission is going to be hard to beat Alexander here. I think the one who beats him has to drag this into some later rounds here. Probably late in the match to tire him out.
I think this is an indicator of what kind of an equalizer leg locks can be. Even if you are technically a bit inferior in other, yeah.
And we're going to the interview.
Now.
Thank you for the opportunity to fight here and show my best.
Okay. What can we look forward to in the next fight?
Once again, please.
What can we look forward to in your next fight?
Hopefully to win.
Right.
I hope so. This fight was really good, and I always have some issues with when I fight with my team brothers and the guys from the team. It's really hard to take them as opponents since we are all friends and we train together. But the fight went well. I hope Hussein is okay, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the final.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Right.
var jævlig masse folk som kom.
welcome back.
Here we go. We're ready for our other semi-final. We're gonna find out who's gonna face Alexander in the final.
So it's two competitors that has two different starts for the fight. So Sheik had this long fight, but the other fight was...
It was a heel hook finish in the first few minutes, so we're gonna see if fatigue plays a factor here.
So it will be interesting to see how that puts out the fight.
Here we are, we're ready. Here we go, combat. Hakim here pulls the Lahiva guard.
Yeah.
We're gonna see.
Oh, he goes for a leg lock right away, or?
Yeah, no, if it was a leg lock attempt, it was a poor one, so he basically gave up a sweep. But again, sweeps don't matter that much. If you have a good guard, it doesn't matter if you're on bottom in submission only.
Yeah, maybe that was his tactic as well, that he wanted to be on bottom, but...
And a nice
reverse.
pass.
Yeah.
A nice pass here into north-south position.
Straight to the back.
One hook in. Let's see if he can stretch. And he goes to the mount. He decides for the mount.
He goes for the mount.
So far, so good for Hakim. Nice as well, because you could see it's a very common attack from mount where you can push your opponent away and then go for a reap and a heel hook from there. And Hakim recognized this extremely well. Wanted no part in it and escaped.
Double under here from Hakim, but Joachim managed to get an underhook, it looks like, so let's see how it's... Yeah.
And there's a triangle. Again, Hakim was caught in this in his previous match. He needs to cross his legs over his opponent. This is deep. We might see a tap here. Yes.
Good finish here as well.
This is what we see many times in grappling. It can be a fast submission, a fast move that ends it all.
See, it was really tight as well. Hakim was nearly out before he taps.
And Joachim advances to the final.
Yeah. So up next now we will have the super fight. Alexander Rio versus Frontline Muay Thai. Let's see. Frank.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Right. Here we go, our first super fight. Alexander Rio sporting some tights that are disturbingly high up to the knees. There's a very distinct rule in the spats wearing community. They should be somewhere around the ankle, but we'll forgive him because his jiu-jitsu is pretty sick, to be honest.
Frank definitely looks like the bigger athlete here.
Some show of mutual respect.
Sits right back down.
Every time Alex butt scoots, a little puppy gets killed somewhere by Helio Gracie in heaven.
Frank tries to get see which way he should pass the guard here. Looks a little bit confused.
Some Jeff Glover tributes here. Alex doing his meow impression.
It's going to be very difficult to pass Alex's guard here. He has a very slick guard. He's flexible and has some very nice attacks from the bottom as well, especially some nice footlocks. And he looks to be setting up one right now.
That foot that is dangling in front of his opponent's hip is a bit in danger for an Estimolog, but it doesn't seem to be the case here, as his opponent is content to stay in half guard and work towards a pass.
Both guys looking relaxed, looking for an opening to work a technique. Alex smiling here.
Ooh, that is some insane flexibility. Indeed. I wish I had this for my heel hooks. It was a nice attempt. It leads basically to the same thing.
And he sits right back down into his guard again, where he's most comfortable. Doesn't even want to waste any energy staying on the feet, getting taken down here.
Yes, and to be completely honest, and this coming from a huge takedown advocate, in submission only, it doesn't make that much of a difference. So in some cases it is nicer for the audience to see someone pull guard and go for submissions than to have two people just in the clinch, basically not exchanging.
For sure, and also going for takedown will cost you a lot of energy. You'll be drained, and both of these guys know that it's a long match. You gotta save some energy and not waste energy on getting a takedown if it doesn't accomplish what they want.
Again, a nice knee rip by Alex.
Let's see if he can keep it tight here.
He has a footlock grip.
Smart by Alex to keep that footlock grip, so it's hard to spin out.
He's in danger of not anymore.
And he goes for a heel hook here. Alex goes for a heel hook. He really pulls on it. Let's see if he can get it.
His opponent seems confident in this position, but his heel isn't in the best place right now.
Frank really looking like he isn't phased by the heel hook attempt at all. Probably been in that situation a lot of times, and
a lot of sweating going on because of the lights. That's another aspect of the super fights that athletes need to take into account.
And of course the crowd here. A lot of people attending here tonight, and a lot of noise. People are probably a little more nervous than usual. All eyes are on them.
Yes, it's a great experience for the athletes. And it's a great compliment to the Norwegian grappling scene to see this many people at an event like this, where you're seeing mostly blue and purple belt competitors. It's very nice and very nice to see, and it shows that grappling in Norway and in Scandinavia has a very bright future ahead.
Still in a leg lock position here, but Frank has his left knee on the mat, which will make it very hard for Alex to attack any sort of heel hook or an ankle lock here.
He could try a waiter sweep from here if he grabs the other leg.
Now his heel is off the floor.
Again, yes, he has good control of the hips, so what he has to do is arch back, not just sweep across, but he has to grab the heel, and he's going for a toe hold.
And Frank does the same. Alex defends nicely by rolling with the motion of the toe hold there. Going for another leg lock is Frank here.
Ooh, nice.
And a nice calm escape by Alex Wheeler here. Very nice match, and the crowd is enjoying what they're seeing here.
A little bit of a coughing intermission we have here.
And Alex is right back to his guard. Looks like his game plan is to sit to guard, get on his right hip and work that leg lock attack.
We normally don't see this. In no-gi we usually see the sit-up guard because there's a danger of leg locks, but Frank doesn't seem to be pressing for any leg locks or posing real danger, so Alex can afford to be on his back in a position that we see more in gi jiu-jitsu.
In a reverse De La Riva position here is Alex, with his right leg on Frank's thigh, and his left knee is now going to control the distance here. So ideally he would probably get his left foot in front and also use that foot on Frank's hip or shoulder to keep the distance, to not be smashed like this, because this would be very draining after a while.
It is always the advantage of a top player if he can get a nice smashing position, because at a higher level you simply use gravity and the weight of your body to smash. There isn't much exertion here.
They are both competitors are smiling at each other, slapping hands.
Slightly more than 5 minutes have passed here.
And
Alex again into a reap.
Insisting on that position. He's very good at forcing the position, but Frank has been escaping it every single time. He kind of gives the leg reap because he's confident in defending.
His leg is in a nasty position.
It is indeed, and here he has a knee bar. Let's see if he can work the knee bar here. And he's really
it's kind of a short, not the best leverage. Frank is following the principle of attacking is the best defense.
Absolutely, and that kind of gets Alex off his game there.
Oh, and he's in mount. Beautiful.
Great to mount.
We might see a restart here, yes.
He followed the back nicely, and when Frank tried to recover his half guard, Alex stepped right into mount and rolled with it. Very nice movement from Alex Rui here, but also a nice escape from Frank.
The mount in nogi and in submission only is not as devastating as it is in gi jiu-jitsu, for instance. So we might see Frank recover here and get a nice escape. But so far, Alex is in firm control here.
I agree, Mia. The mount is very difficult to work from, especially in no-gi. It's much easier both in gi and in MMA. So let's see. Usually, when people are mounted, the guy on bottom will look for to push off and maybe get back to a heel hook position, and that might be what Frank is doing here. And Alex is looking for a triangle
attempt.
And he goes to a reverse triangle,
and he's out. Very hard to secure a triangle, especially when both guys are kind of slippery here. Frank taking some deep breaths.
We're 8 minutes into the match. We got 12 minutes left of the time here. Alex looks really relaxed and has been the aggressor here, but Frank has been countering with some nice leg lock attempts as well. So let's see who gets the fatigue.
Here a little biceps battle. I think Frank wins this one by a little bit, but biceps don't mean jack in jiu-jitsu, in grappling.
Nice to see a little showmanship from both guys here. Now in a straight ankle lock. This is actually one of Alex's best moves.
Yes, and especially when he can reap, he can get a very nice footlock from the reap position, a la Riley Bodicom.
He's not the biggest guy, but he gets a tremendous amount of pressure on that ankle from that position. So let's see now when Frank doesn't give the reap that much, if he can go for that leg lock. He would prefer to actually take Frank to his right. That's where he does his best work, and with that left foot on Frank's hip.
Frank should look to put his left knee on the floor. If he can put his left knee on the floor, he can get in a smashing position, sort of like a leg drag type situation, and he could find some success there. Because he is confident, but it's a false confidence, because the skilled leg locker here will take his leg home. So far, this hasn't been the case, but leg locks are some of the fastest submissions. They come on very fast.
Frank definitely has the size advantage, and I think that helps him a great deal here. It's very hard for Alex to move that left knee over to the other side, and he keeps getting smashed here. Now we transition to an ankle lock on the other side. Very tricky leg positioning here by Alex Rio. He's very flexible. And
he's doing some positions that most mortal man can do, and it's nice to see. It's also this kind of a position that he has is also tiring on the outside of the hip a bit if he keeps it in a long position. If he stays there for long, because his opponent is pressuring down and forward, and it provides some strain on his hip and his glutes. but I don't think it will be a huge factor in this match.
Absolutely, it's very, very tiring staying like this, but Alex is also used to being the smaller guy in the gym and used to guys putting pressure on him, so he's used to it, but it's also a tiring factor. But let's see if...
And we have just passed the halfway mark of the match. Proved to be entertaining so far, and we might see a sweep coming up here. What I would like to see from Alex, with this control, if he shifts his opponent's leg to the other side, he has an inside heel hook. And we've seen lately in modern leg locking, a la Eddie Cummings and Gary Tonon, that heel hook proves to be extremely effective because this control is very good. As we can see, Frank cannot escape it here, and but it's kind of hard to finish a heel hook on the outside. If he shifts it to the inside, it could be very successful here.
I agree. We see more and more people that are real skilled leg lockers. Either from this position put the leg of the opponent on the other side and working that inside heel hook, or actually switching his feet to the outside and working the heel hook from that position. See a lot of guys like Paul Harris, Gary Tonon, and Cummings, like you mentioned, doing that finish instead of the traditional reaping position,
which is now often defended. People have come up, but there is sort of an evolution in grappling as well, and leg locks are all the buzz right now, and it's because they've kind of evolved to be more effective and to be more versatile.
I definitely think that's a good evolution, and that
absolutely, because what we're trying to do in grappling is we try to defeat our opponent in any way possible, barring some nasty stuff like biting, hooking, like stuff like that. So we're trying to see which thing is the most effective, and leg locks are certainly proving to be very effective.
Absolutely.
Once more people learn how to defend them properly, we might see a different kind of evolution, but that's the beauty of the game.
I would like to see Alex here trying to work some different attacks also. He's been working that same attack on that left leg of Frank the whole match here. So let's see if he can pull some other tricks out his sleeve. From Frank we need to see more activity, I believe. He's countering maybe a little bit too much of Alex's game. And
he's trying to address the symptoms of his problems. He's trying to go to control the arms of Alex, but when he's in a reap position, what he should really be doing is trying to get the control off of his hip, because that's the first step of getting out of a leg lock position. So it would be nice to see more of that. This is a comfortable position that Alex is kind of used to, because his opponent's weight is going into the floor through his frame. It's very proper right here, and so he's not expending as much energy as you would think. However, he needs to attack more if he wants to finish here.
We got 6 minutes left on the clock here, and I believe Frank needs to push the pace a little bit if he wants to win this. I know for a fact that Alex has some really good back control, so if it goes to overtime, it might be hard to shake him off. He's like a little backpack when he's on the back there.
It's extremely annoying, I can attest to that. And we haven't seen that many submission attempts from Frank, other than a few leg lock counters which were initiated by Alex, so he should be trying to finish here, because it doesn't prove much if he can withstand the attacks from bottom here, but finishing is what we want.
And a nice arm drag from Alex here. He follows the back of Frank here. Nice back kick. Let's see if he can follow the back. No, he cannot. And Frank escapes, and he takes a little breather. But this is what I would like to see from Alex. A little bit more action. He's the smaller guy, but that usually means a little bit of speed advantage as well.
He also has Eduardo Tetarios in his corner,
5 minutes.
who probably forgot more about jiu-jitsu than most people here. He has a great depth of knowledge, so he can provide Alex with some advice on what to do here, how to do attempts like the one we've seen before, because it was very close to him and ending up on the back.
Frank got his coach Michael Gomez here, a black belt under Hodge Gracie. He's part of the Hodge Gracie team that started here in Norway. But right now he looks a little bit lost in Alex's guard. Very understandably, it's very hard to deal with a flexible guard like this if you're not used to it and have training partners.
It's very frustrating. But what he's doing now is the first real proper attempt at passing, because he is stripping Alex's legs, which are controlling his hips, and that way he can pass. If he just tries to control the upper body, he might not find the success that he wants here. We have 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go here, so we're nearing the end here, and we see a guillotine. Yeah.
Let's see if Alex can turn this and end up on top.
He just might.
He could have had the opportunity, but he chose to stay on his back.
Yes.
I don't know if that was a good decision. He could have changed things up a little bit and try to get on top more aggressively there.
One of the keys to winning a match like this is to explode a little extra bit in the scramble. When they're in a neutral position, it's harder to do something, but in the scramble is really where you can find the advantage. And we see more of the same here.
Yeah, especially in those longer scrambles, you're late in the match. It might be easy to pull something off when the guy's real tired. So if you push a little bit extra for that longer scramble, you might get the advantage right there. Frank coming through with the right knee again, but
he's being controlled by the freakish flexibility from Alex here.
We hear a lot of supporters here cheering for Frank.
Alex is now pushed to defend a little bit more, but his legs are still blocking any progress from Frank. We have 2 minutes left here.
Looks like they're both cruising a little bit, maybe expecting that this is an overtime coming soon. Guillotine attempt from Frank here, but nothing.
Pretty casually defended. Alex is more concerned about his hair than that guillotine.
Fixes the hair, and the hair looks pretty good right now. Frank pushing a little bit on the face, trying to work a little bit of different stuff right now, but it might be a little bit too late. Puts on the pressure, but it's only 1 minute.
Yeah, it would have to be a very good submission, a fast one. But at this time, it seems that Alex will be able to recover some sort of half guard. Yeah, his right foot hooked Frank's left leg, and he's in half guard. He might look for deep half guard, and here it's kind of evident. Like Frank's torso, especially, is much bigger than Alex's. So this weight on top of him is proving to be a minor difficulty.
1 minute. 1 minute.
And a nice attempt here from Alex.
And sort of a reverse triangle, kind of. Oh, or a gogo plata. That would be insane if he could pull that off.
Frank pulls right out. It's slippery. He's sweaty, and he's very strong here.
A little bit of frustration maybe showing here, but we're straight back into the action and into the half guard position. We have 20 seconds to go, so it is extremely likely that this will go into the overtime. hopefully we'll see the athletes go for it in the overtime, and we'll see a submission or two.
Time.
And the time is up right here.
A show of admiration for the crowd, for the athletes here, and now we're gonna have a highly advanced rock paper scissors draw. And Alex seemed to pull paper while Frank had a rock. So
yeah, a rock is usually a really bad choice when you start out.
Do you think that a lot of strategy was involved in them choosing their first move? Actually, it doesn't really matter because here we are on the back, and Alex is gonna try to be very backpacky here. Is that a word? I don't think so. Maybe I made it up. Can we put it in the dictionary?
And he escapes.
But yeah, he's out. That was fast.
Very impressive by
That's
Frank,
what she said.
Like we said, Alex has some really good back control, so very nice escape from Frank here.
He goes for the same choice. Yeah. I think he should be able to start in a seat belt, yes, because it makes a huge difference. No, Alex is fighting the seat belt, but I'm pretty sure this is how he should start. This is definitely not ideal for Frank. Yes, this should be the position here.
Yeah, this looks like the correct position.
And
Frank body triangle right away, which is smart, like we mentioned earlier, to eat up some of that time on the clock. Frank is really strong. He definitely has a strength advantage. So fighting hands here.
Ooh, a neck crank. This is nasty. This is totally legal, but horrible. It will take a lot of guts from Alex to not tap here, and he doesn't. He's as tough as they come.
He says no with his finger here.
I'd
like to see him fight the hand on top.
Yeah.
Remove that hand, because that's the one that's going to lock the submission in. And Frank was right back to it again.
This is actually a good strategy by Frank, because even if Alex survives here, those neck cranks and chokes over the face, they take a lot out of you.
Absolutely.
And plus with the body triangle, it's even more exerting.
Definitely.
And he might. We can't see it totally, but it seems Alex seems to be out. If he can turn to his right, he's gonna be out of this.
He should definitely give
and
up
he's
the
out.
Here.
Yes, he's out.
And the ref stops it.
A very good display of both relentless attacking from Frank and toughness from Alex.
The rear naked looked like it might be on, but Alex just says no and defends it with ease.
And we go back to back control. He's going for the same strategy to get the body triangle. Ooh, and this, he has a triangle
here. Beautiful.
He needs to adjust a little bit.
This might be tight.
Yeah.
He has long, lanky legs. Does Alex Rio? And
he needs to make Frank think of the armbar as well, because that will take away from his ability to defend.
He should definitely, but I think he should choose here what kind of triangle. He either needs to go belly down or square his hips up and go for a casual triangle.
And there's an armbar. I think there was a tap, yes.
There was a tap.
There's a protest of the tap. A verbal tap, it seems. It seems that it was a verbal tap. We seem to have a situation here because the referee is not sure here what happened, and it is his job to decide. And it's next to impossible to start in the same position.
It looked like a tap for me, but it's hard to see. It was kind of a quick tap with one hand.
it's very hard to restart them in the same triangle position, but it might be possible, to be honest.
Frank points at the camera saying he wants kind of a video replay or some of that sort, but
it wouldn't
restart it in the back mount and kind of do the round over again.
Right now it doesn't really matter. They're starting again, and then they're going to the same position. Yes, this is nice to see.
Let's see if he can get it this time.
Now Alex has to make sure to tap him here so that there will be no doubts what happened before, what would have happened before.
And the ref is having a close look. He's real close to the action right now.
Armbar.
Doesn't want to leave it as a controversial decision one more time. But Frank is definitely tough. We don't know if he tapped. The crowd was kind of believe that he tapped it. It sounds like.
Both the crowd and the video wouldn't be good indicators because we don't have a microphone there, and if it was really a verbal tap, then that would also count. And Alex, I think he claimed that he heard it, but we'll never know, and it doesn't really matter. We're in the same position, and hopefully we'll see a finish from here.
So they will keep working until either a submission is acquired here or he escapes fully out of the submission, even though it's not back mount anymore.
This is also very dangerous. This is a shoulder lock here.
Frank is very tough.
And Frank is, but he's kind of turning into a conventional triangle here.
Alex is a little bit worried. I think that he will pull out quickly if
he tries to adjust.
But I think that's what he really wants, to get that right knee up and get his hips, both his hips on the ground and parallel. Looking for that wrist lock, actually, it looks like.
And he's twisting.
And armbar right there.
Armbar is there. Oh, great toughness on display here from Frank. He has to fight on two fronts here, both the triangle and the armbar.
And usually defending the one will give up the other.
Yeah. Maybe if Alex puts his other leg over, he might get an armbar. Yes,
and
here he goes.
For the armbar and right into the triangle again.
Nice.
Very nice. But he still does not have the angle. He's right back to that weird triangle on the side. It's kind of, it's not a real inverted triangle and it's not a normal triangle.
If Frank tried to, if he puts all of his weight onto Alex's right knee and he tries to back out, he might have a good chance at slipping out. But he's just
and there he adjusts and goes for a more conventional triangle. Let's see if he gets this. It's really Frank claps and the crowd roars.
And for those of our viewers who haven't rolled or competed for 20 minutes, we have to just...
Frank is able to tap him, and we go to another submission.
So it has just been announced that if Frank taps Alex here, we go to another overtime, and if it doesn't, if Alex escapes, he wins.
Absolutely. And Alex really did get some good control time with that triangle. You got to note that as well. If Frank gets the submission here, he will still be in a good have an advantage in that regard.
Alex was on his way to escaping, but he got rid of one hook. It's still a dangerous position, but if he can rotate more or spin it, he could escape here. And it has been stopped. There was no submission danger and he lost one hook, so the referee decided to stop it. And we have a big ovation here for the winner, Alexander Rio. Great display by both fighters.
Absolutely, he was the smaller guy, but he proved to be more technical and smarter in the overtime here.
And I bet his hips and knees are gonna be very sore tomorrow from holding that triangle and the leg lock position for that long.
For sure, he's going to be sore from that. And a very good effort by Frank here. He fought well. He defended a lot of bad positions, and he even had some attempts on some leg locks of his own. So much respect to Frank.
I was very impressed. I wasn't familiar with him at first. Before, I knew Alex, but he showed to be on par with Alex here. A good display from him.
We'll now see if we can get an interview with the winner Alex Rio here. The crowd is all pumped up right now and loving the action, and we only have a couple matches left.
But they're gonna be extremely exciting.
For sure, we will have the final in the tournament, and last but not least, the super fight between Jack Hammerson, our professional fighter, and black belt Christopher Hammerson.
Yeah, and we're gonna try to get an interview if we can. Otherwise, we're just gonna proceed with the final of the 8-man tournament here. One of the things that you don't like to see after a 20-minute match is a microphone in your face and being forced to talk because you just want to breathe a little bit. We are seeing here a great variety. We see some matches with fast submissions, and we see a few with long, grueling battles, and it's great to see both. They exemplify what our sport is about.
I can use this break to give a shout out to some of our sponsors as well. We got the Reels gear here, sponsoring all the athletes with some prize money.
Alright, we're going to move on to the 75 kilo finale. The final fight for the tournament.
Looks like the finals are about to start.
That was some good shit. Alright, the final is between Joaquin and Alexander.
Final here between Alexander Zielinski, gotten 2 quick subs, and also Joachim here from Miller's Martial Arts. Also got a real quick, or 2 quick submissions actually in his matches.
One of them was also a heel hook, if I remember correctly, and we're gonna see if they exchange.
And who's ankle lock right away, and we have a winner real quick here.
Incredible!
Beautiful ankle lock here by Alexander Zielinski.
That, I think we clocked it at 13 seconds.
Alexander.
Very nice performance there.
He had some real quick, nice submissions here. Probably didn't have more than a minute or something like that of time on the mat. Did quick work, was sharp technically, so he really deserved to win this tournament. And now we will go to Martin Mohn here with Alexander Zielinski and an interview with the winner of the tournament here.
All right, guys, I'm here with the winner of the 75 kilo Grand Prix, Alexander Zielinski. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
How does it feel? You had a lot of great quick submissions tonight.
Well, I didn't expect it will go that fast, but I think I just was lucky with the positions.
Okay. Thank you, Alexander. Thank you for a great show and some great submissions. Looking forward to see you again.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Front line.
A very happy Alexander Zielinski, or at least as happy as you can see an Eastern European guy get after winning a match.
It was a great performance, and in case you don't know yet, leg locks are for real.
As I said earlier, all the competitors here are sporting Rios gear rash guards, so definitely try to check them out if you need any gear on riosgear.no. We also got Fat Stone TV here covering the stream, doing great work so you guys can see at home. And we have Fighter Sport and Cage Side giving away gift cards for the athletes that win the divisions. Sorry, the tournament and the super fight.
It is very nice to see.
All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break before we move on to the final super fight of the night between Christopher Hermestad and Jack Harvison.
So
5 minutes, go to the prison, come back.
as we heard, we're gonna do a 5-minute break and then we're back for the main event. Thank you.
Right.
So yeah, here we are at the finals. Two new great commentators. One direct in from Brazil.
One direct from Norway.
And the other two commentators had enough for today, so we had to step in.
So here it is. This is the last super fight of the night, and it's Jack Hammerson, MMA fighter, great champion, super athlete, and against Christopher Hammerson. Right, also a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a great experience in grappling tournaments. So you can expect a lot of action and win the tournament.
I don't think it's going to be much action. It's going to be a stalemate, and both of them are just here for the money. We all know that.
We hope for the show then. For the show.
So let's see what's happening. Christopher is more of a BJJ guy, and Jack is a wrestler.
He's a wrestler with great grappling skills.
I enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure you guys enjoyed it. Alright, here we go with the last super fight.
Alright, so unless you didn't catch on, I am Trond Saksnevik. I was the guy, one of the first who started BJJ, and by my side is my coach and the guy who's running most of the BJJ lessons at Frontline, former head coach of BTT, Eduardo Rios. You all should know him. So let's focus on the fight now, not about us.
Actually, both of these guys are training under me, basically. Because I had the honor to promote Christopher to the black belt, and Jack trained with me almost every day. His MMA training, I take care of his grappling, his MMA training. So
you can say you're kind of partial on this thing.
I can't coach.
You know, so every move here.
I know everything they're gonna do. That's it. So I think what's interesting in this fight is that Jack is very strong, very athletic, and like I said, he has great skills. He's been training a lot. But Christopher has pure Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on his game, so you can expect anything in this fight. You never know. See, look at that.
Yeah, this
Christopher going direct into all these attacks. That he's one guy that you never know what's coming. Right? You're always in danger when he's on the bottom like that.
He usually pushes the pace down to a certain level, and then he explodes into new stuff. He's very good at that.
He's very dangerous at that.
Yeah. You know? You think he's taking it easy, and then suddenly something just switches on.
And I can tell that I train with both of them, and yeah, we train with both of them, and I can tell you that Jack looks bigger, but Christopher is almost as strong as Jack. You know, he applies his techniques. It's crazy, so much pressure, you know. So too many years training and competing all over the world, grappling. Plus, and also Jack is, like I said, you know, MMA champion. He has different titles in different events. You know, every event he goes direct to the title shot. And he's actually coming back to defend his title in the Cage Warriors in a couple of months. And yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah. But as we expected, Jack is on top, working the pass. Christopher is trying to sneak in some leg lock attacks, but so far it's been called on everything.
I mean, these rules are good for both of them. Jack is not very used to these to the point system in the grappling, and Christopher is good in the point system. Plus, on his game, he's that guy that he can get beat up for 20 minutes because, I mean, with total control of everything, and in the last minute he can come with something crazy and get a very strong submission.
Here Christopher is looking for either to spin for a leg lock, or there's also a triangle setup here. But we'll see.
And Christopher has also a great game with wrist locks and.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to get this without the gi, so but we'll see.
But
he also looks very good at the hair today. Christopher is actually on his best behavior. The thing is that they both know more or less what the other guy is gonna do all the time. So they're anticipating all. You see, they prepare. When Christopher sets up a flip, he knows it's coming. So it's kind of a chess game that both of them are setting up stuff all the time. There's a knee slicer there. Yeah, this might be something if he catches, gets the leg over.
That's it. But Jack is defending right.
Yeah.
And trying to escape. You just need to get out of that dangerous situation because there's a lot of different possibilities there for Christopher. Also, Christopher has his own school.
Says on the back there.
Yeah, says on the back. Yeah. And I mean, he's there on a daily basis training his boys there, his students. And actually, I was there a couple of weeks ago, last week actually. And it's a great school. You guys.
Yeah, well, he's out of that lock. No need to worry anymore. Jack is just trying to push the pace down.
Jack is very good when he gets tight with the chest, you know, and Christopher is doing a good job to keep him the distance, and that's it. Try to set up his attacks from there. I believe that probably Christopher is going to try to get his back or something. Good control on the back.
Yeah.
From an arm drag or try to flip and.
He'll probably have to fake something else before he goes to that because Jack knows what's gonna. Yeah. He tries to jump for sure, but you see the experience of Christopher. He saw what's gonna happen. He just set up the
close guard again.
Yeah, the close guard before he got to jump. Pass.
See the wrist locks on.
Yeah. Jack is kind of maintaining a base of that. It's more like the MMA style.
Yeah. He has to keep it simple and safe.
Yeah.
And try to get a good chance.
Christopher does a good job, you know, chasing different stuff all the time here now.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna try to get his legs inside. Jack knows this.
Both of these guys, they can go forever, you know, playing this game and keep going back and forth until I think they're gonna be looking for the submission. Actually, they're looking for the submission.
Here
right
he goes
now.
for the back. He's gonna try for the back. Now, this is typical Christopher. It doesn't look very, intimidating now, but suddenly it explodes and then
he switched one leg here, one leg there, and then he has something locked.
Yeah, he takes it easy now. He's still setting up this calf slicer. I can see it, but by now he tried it once already, so it's kind of hard getting it the second time. He let it go.
Jack is doing a good job keeping his knees on the floor and trying to push the legs out. Have attack from Christopher.
Problem being that he's trying to pass, but he's not being very
active or aggressive or
aggressive in trying to do submissions, because this is a game about submissions. He's just trying to pass. But of course, you have to do the leg lock game with Christopher, and that's not easy. I can tell you that. He's in good shape now, Jack. He even looks good. not better than you.
He's been training since his last fight. He's been training. He's one of the guys in the academy that he's there every day, grinding, working. If he's always doing his job there. He teaches in the academy, Frontline Academy, does his training in the morning, he teaches his class in the evening, and he gives a lot of attention and training with his students. So here it is. Christopher can move that hip there. That's it. Jack did a good job with the posture. Just need to be careful with the leg again. Look at that.
Probably when Jack is never smiling. He's always get this grim look on his face. Yeah, here he goes.
That's what I said, you know.
Now Christopher needs to spin out of this.
He's doing a good job, that's it, keeping the back on the floor, trying to jump, clear the leg and control his hip. He's doing the right work to the defense. And Jack also is doing a good job to the attack. But like we said,
this can
I believe he's going to escape,
You were very right in your beliefs.
I think the experience counted a lot there. You know, this is a game that Jack has been working in the gym, but they actually never put it to tests like that. You know.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's very good for him to have this experience. I always tell my guys, the MMA guys there in Frontline Academy, to go to more grappling tournaments. You know, to get this rhythm of fighting and competing and being the show and this pressure that everybody's there. And this, I mean, I believe that Christopher has hundreds of, if not 1,000 of fights in tournaments like that for many years. You know, also like Tron Saxonvik, Martin Josephson, Nick Rubin, John Oliver, and Joachim Hansen. These guys that started the sport here in Norway. Christopher was one of them. So it's a lot of experience there on the mat.
We have 11 minutes to go, more or less.
Now Jack's going to be trying that.
Yeah. There's a heel hook coming up from Jack. He's looking for it, but it's avoided.
The knee again. Look at that. That knee's coming tight again.
He's trying.
Jack get too comfortable there. He's going to feel the knee.
There's a calf slicer again and trial from Hermanstad.
It's getting tighter and tighter. Jack doesn't fight to get out of there. He's doing a good job killing that other leg to not let him lock the triangle there and make it more pressure. But if you can lock the triangle there and put the pressure in the hip, it gets much more dangerous.
Christopher can also switch the thing, so he puts Jack on his back, but Jack doesn't like his back.
Yeah, it's hard to hold it. It's actually
Jack's back.
As an MMA fighter, he has a pretty good ground game on his back. He's been training more and more. He's been learning the guard.
For a Swede, it's pretty good.
That's what he wants. That's his game. This pressure there on the hip. Look at that. Pressure on the hip, chest to chest. But
he tries to flatten him out, but Christopher knows this a little bit too well, so he's trying to elevate them. But yeah, both players know what they're doing, so it's kind of hard to outplay and maneuver the other guy, especially with the moves and stuff.
That's it, and that's the problem too. When you start to get Christopher he's really good reading the opponent. So when the guys start to get too comfortable, he's setting up a trap. You never know what's coming from this ground ball.
Spins for. There's a heel hook coming up, and it's pretty much there. You see Christopher is trying to find it there. Got it out. It might. Yeah. Now he's trying to.
Right, he's gonna try to go again, probably.
Yeah, I think so too. He sets it up pretty nice, I think.
Oh, he's going to pass. If you jump that leg, it's halfway to the pass. Right.
Yeah.
But Christopher did a great work. Retaining guard.
Very good retaining guard. You got to hand it to Christopher. You know, he's running an academy
has his job.
Has his job, and then but Jack is a little bit younger. He's on top of his game, cage fighting war.
It's two of the best in Norway, and what they do. Right?
For sure.
Christopher as a teacher and as a competitor in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and grappling, and Jack, I mean, one of the most accomplished.
I don't think anyone
these
Norway actually has competed more than Christopher.
Christopher, right?
We traveled all over the world in different tournaments.
We suddenly got a message from Christopher. I was competing in Thailand, Malaysia, or Brazil, America. I got second, I got third. I got the samurai sword as a prize.
Yeah.
It always comes with a title from somewhere.
A lot of experience there.
Here it is, the sneaky foot lock. Look at that. That's dangerous. Come on. Come on. See, start to get too comfortable.
Yeah, Jack. Yeah.
That's it.
Jack's got the speed, he's got the strength. It's kind of hard to lock him down on anything, especially when you get slippery and it's not easy from the full guard getting anything these days, especially when he plays his defense very well.
Yeah, but like I said, that's again good for
he look again.
Too, you know?
And this is.
He slipped. See the heel is getting out. That's it. Christopher's doing a good job coming into him, opening his legs.
If it gets too deep, he's gonna start up and spin.
And he's accepting again, going straight to the close guard. Yeah, let's go for it. Come on.
Probably coming up another heel hook.
Yeah.
Trial. It's kind of close. But what we haven't seen too much today is the reverse heel hook, which is most effective, more effective, I would say, than the.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, but I guess basically because most of the
Here
guys
we go
are
again. Same thing again.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu players, and in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu rules, it's not actually allowed to knee rip, cross the leg over from outside in.
And there's no heel hooks. There's no heel hooks.
Yeah, it's no heel hook at all, so it's a little bit hard to switch the game.
Not even fish hooks.
Nah.
Yeah, he's going for it. Same. He's up for
Jack
now.
wants to finish the fight.
Yeah.
But I think that's when Christopher is more dangerous, you know. He kind of make you feel comfortable in your game.
There's a
start
straight
to escape
knee bar. He's really going for it, but I think his knees.
Now we go to the reverse. Now we go to the reverse. Look at that.
Oh! There's a reverse heel hook going on.
No, that's the knee bar actually. The heel hook is out. He needs to skip the knee. That's it. Right, right
Very
there.
well spent.
Yeah, heel. Christopher, like I said. I think the experience counts there.
Yeah, that experience got him out of that reversed heel hook. It was very tight.
By the way, this event is great to put up a little bit more for everybody to see these guys in action. Right? See, I think that's where one of the places that Christopher is very dangerous. You know, see, Jack is getting comfortable, getting to the top, but anytime Christopher can come with something.
Yeah. He can start rolling, and suddenly he has a
knee bar or a heel hook, so Jack must be. Aggressive,
sharp.
But careful in a way.
But you see, he's doing a very good job with the
control on top.
Yeah. And being tight and stuff. Here he's going for a Kimura, lost it. He's setting up a half guard game, and he's very good in half guard. So this is nothing new for him.
No.
There's a triangle shot here. A triangle shot. This is too strong. It wasn't fast enough, but a good try, huh, Chateu?
Yeah. How much time?
We're 3 minutes 18 from finish. It's actually too bad we haven't seen any stand-up from Christopher, because his stand-up is actually
pretty strong.
Very good.
Very good.
There's a knee slicer coming up. His knee is too far out, so this is gone as well. You see, Christopher doesn't want to be on top here. If he wanted, he could just sit up and try the top game. But he doesn't want to do it.
I think he's setting up a trap there from his back.
Here we go again. This time is a straight ankle lock.
See that Christopher, Jack seems that's a little bit frustrated already. Look at that. He try and go tight and strong. He can't get anything. And Christopher, he doesn't even change his face much. Yeah. He knows everything is going on.
I'll put my money on a draw.
But there's no draw. They have to be a winner in the
I'll
overtime.
still put it on draw.
Let's see.
It's a good crowd there today, but kind of quiet now in the last fight here.
Yeah, but I believe that a lot of people here that has a lot of respect for both of them, and they're trying to analyze this game, what's going on there. Also, the people here involved in the sport.
Yeah.
So, a lot of stuff with students, a lot of training partners from Jack and now friends and people from Frontline Academy, people from Novus. And nobody can say much, no, because the guys from Frontline, they know Christopher because he's often training there with us, and everybody knows Jack there too. So, yeah, but I'm sure that everybody's entertained here.
Christopher needs to turn, but he's very good in this position, Christopher, actually. It's weird, but he's one of the best guys in Frontline at this. Getting out of it, spinning to his. Look at that. He's on top.
Yeah.
Now we can see some stuff. The Jack is going for the.
Trying to get the knee bar, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Pull the knee towards his chest and throw the hip close
Just
to the hip.
the roll,
That's
yeah.
Okay. That's dangerous for Christopher. He stepped it well.
Over the seconds from
Finishing and then it's
finishing
overtime.
here. Yeah.
And then
Not often I'm right, but this time I'm right.
10 seconds.
10 seconds to finish the fight. And actually, either reset from the back mount or to the armbar, and both of them are really good.
Yeah.
Attacking and defending this position. Jack, because of his MMA background and the wrestling, and we've been training that to get there. You see that when his fights, if the guy turned the back, on his fights, he's going to turn the back only one time.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they're choosing. If they choose the back
I
or
believe that Christopher is going to believe they go for the back.
You think so?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was exciting.
Yeah. It was almost a draw there as well. So both guys are kind of tired. You can see.
So much pressure and tension there. Both of them, it seems that.
Come on, it's not that much pressure. Let's face it. It's just a grappling match, but.
No pressure from each other. No. Christopher retaining guard and Jack putting the pressure to pass. Christopher is really slick there. So let's see what's going on. Come on.
Yeah. He's out. He's out. All he needs to do now.
He needs to break the grip there. He needs to fight us. Look at the side choke. He's gonna go to the katagatam, to the arm triangle on the side. That was Christopher. So if he slides one arm, his left arm under his head, start to go to the side choke.
This is gone. It's gone. Pretty sure he gets out of this one.
Look at that, Christopher. It's a good job to retain. Yeah, it's almost in the half guard.
Yeah.
But Christopher can also pass and try to adjust on the side. The referee has to see.
But he has that wrong hand under his head.
Yeah.
So
now he switch. Now he switch.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Now he switch.
But he's out of the back. The referee sees the attack is not there anymore. For a second, I think he's stopping.
It's a good job from Jack. Very good job.
Yeah.
Wow. He goes for the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christopher's a good escaper. He's really good. Let's see. This is interesting.
In every situation, he's good escaping. That's yeah. Jack's gonna try to keep the pressure there. I think he's gonna use his strength, but Christopher times it really well, you know. So
he puts his hand.
Both of them has a chance. It's hard to know what's going on. Look at it.
Ooh. A lot of male love there in the end.
Yeah, that was nice to see. Quite some action, and I mean, there's only one chance the guy has.
Yeah, it was really good. Good match.
Good match, good matchup, and again, two of the best in the country in their area, right? Competing there, and I think it's a great show. Yeah, thank you very much, Tron.
Thank you
it was
very
a
much,
pleasure.
Chateu. We're not on the air anymore, so we can talk.
Good. So it's a pleasure, you know.
Yes, jeg er med vinneren av Superfighten, Jack Hammerson. Hvordan kjennes det?
Det er deilig, altså. Efter en så hard kamp så er det deilig å få vinsten. Spesielt gjennom avslutt og submission. Det er det som er hele poenget med konseptet.
Gratulerer til igjen, Jack Hammerson. Shoutouts som er ute på streamen.
Til alla, Briskeby Osteopati, Frontline, alla som tränar med mig varje dag, tusen tack ska ni ha, nu kör vi vidare. Tack!
Yes, tack för oss.
Right.